Okay, so let's get into solving this problem. They're wanting us to calculate the value of x. So for the value of x, the angle x is in that little triangle over there, RFS or SFR. Right, remember I mentioned earlier or previously that just because you are working with a quadrilateral does not mean that the properties and rules for other geometry concepts does not apply. In other words, the angles on a straight line, triangle properties, all of those things are still applicable even though we're working with a quadrilateral. In fact, many of the times, or most times, we make use of geometry concepts outside of quadrilaterals to solve problems within a quadrilateral, and that is why these concepts build on one another. Right, so if I look at triangle RSF, or RFS or SFR, doesn't matter how you name it here, I can see that angle X plus this angle here plus that angle here, if I add them together, they must equal 180. Now, we noted earlier that because this long diagonal bisects this corner angle, it means that S1, which is in the triangle we're working, S1 is also equal to 53 degrees. So ons kan begin om te sê, so jy moet identifiseer waar jy gaan werk. So want hierdie is 'n besige diagram. Dis 'n vlieër. So daar is 4 driehoeke wat ons hier het. Eintlik is daar meer as 4 driehoeke, maar ons werk nou in hierdie kleintjie. So ons gaan sê in driehoek, and I'm going to call it SFR. If you want to call it RFS, doesn't matter as long as you indicate which triangle you're busy working in. So in that triangle, I can say the following. Angle S1 is equal to 53 degrees. How do I know this? Well, the long diagonal of a kite bisects the corner angles. But I don't want to write all of that stuff. I might not even remember it word for word. But I know that the reason that this angle here is split in half is because of the diagonals of this kite. And therefore, I can just then shorten my reason to diags of kite. Can I just call it by its name, kite RSTK. So diags of kite. In Afrikaans het ons hoek lyn van Vlieër. Okay, so you can write that out in full, but the abbreviation would be accepted as well. Right, so we've got S1 equal to 53 degrees. Then we also have, now remember at point F, we are working with F4 in this triangle. So we can say that angle F4 is equal to 90 degrees. So again, we can say then our reason here is diags of kite. So you can say hoeklyn van Vlieër. Right, so that is S1 equal to 53 degrees and F4 equal to 90 degrees. And that means I can say then that X plus S1 plus angle F4 is equal to 180 degrees. The reason is angles of triangle, hoeke van driehoek. Okay, and some of you might say, well, I don't want to write out the labels first. I can just go straight to the numbers and that's okay. But I'm going to substitute here. So X plus S1, which is 53 degrees, plus F4, which is 90 degrees, is equal to 180 degrees. And of course, I'll simplify, add that up. That's 143 degrees is equal to 180. So X is equal to 180 degrees minus 143, which gives us 37 degrees.